Hey, why hello and welcome back to another Jaseowns stream. What are you doing? Didn't you already stream today, Jace? Sure did. Stream something. UO. UOaddicts.com. UORichScripts.com. Jaseowns.com. But right now, we're talking EverQuest Legends. What's the best new character? Like, what's the best? What's the best? What's the best? Everyone keeps asking that. Like, what's the best? Well, we're going to talk about that live together on the stream. Welcome to stream 652. Wow. You got Discord, Jace? Sure do. Welcome back to the stream. EverQuest Legends Beta. Oh, we're gonna turn off Jace. All right, stop. We're gonna talk about what's the best character to make. Okay. Because I'm gonna tell you, I have my main character here on Halas. Okay, but I've also been making characters on every server because I wanted to see what things are about. So we're just going to go through the servers. I'm going to show you what I got so far, and you tell me, you tell me what you're thinking. Okay, so first of all, on Rivervale, I have a Warrior Paladin Druid. That's what I did. Warrior Paladin Druid. Okay, a Warrior Paladin Druid. What's the advantage of this? Well, a war has cleave. Wapa. Let's just log in real quick. We're gonna. No, because I'm in South Quintus, because I was doing another thing for another piece of content that I was going to share. Oh, man, there's so much to do. Anyway, with a warrior, you get cleave, okay? So cleave hits things in front of you. A paladin can get smite and healing. Wait, why is this one the paladin? I wasn't a paladin, you guys. Hold on, let's... Wait. I feel like I've messed this up. Hold on. I wasn't a paladin. I'm pretty sure I'm War Monk Druid. Hold on. Let me... I think I changed right at the last moment to do a little piece of content that I never publish because I don't seem to be able to finish that. Okay, yes. So I have... I turned in 100 Null Fangs and I got at level 10, 46% level. But now I'm holding a whole bunch of these little moonstones and you're supposed to drop them off somewhere. That's where I left off on the content there. Goodness gracious, Jace. I know. So hold on. What are these little things here? Moonstone, Null Fang. Let me look this up. Null Fang. EverQuest. 1 second. We out here working together. Figuring things out. That's right. We're figuring things out. So if we do a moonstone, McNeil Jacob. Okay, so if I hit F on the keyboard, that actually brings up this find menu. And so I don't know if it finds everybody, but let's find out together here. If Manil Jacob show, I don't even know if he's in the same area or not. Can I filter by description? Sure can. McNeil, please be on there. So here, McNeil. So there we go. So we're just gonna go run to him. This was part of my other content that I wanted to make. F on the keyboard is find. You can just find your way to a thing. Let's see here. Wow, lag spike. Don't alt tab, you guys. There we go. We're back. We're back, baby. Okay. We're just following the yellow brick road. We're following the... Okay, apparently I don't... Am I blind? Where is it? There it is. You blind, Jay? Sure are. Okay. Where is he? Oh, he must be up. Okay, where is he? Where are you at, bro? There we go. McNeil. Jacob. Okay, so if I drop one on him... Okay, cool. So I get EXP. You get EXP for dropping in the Null Fangs, and we get EXP for dropping these on him, okay? So let's figure this out together. Okay, so technically, so I got 43% of the level. Let's turn all these in. Okay, this very interesting quest system here. I turned in 100 fangs, so I should have 100-ish of these things on my cursor. Let's see. Keep going, Jace. We're not getting very much EXP. That's fine. There we go. Okay. So I happen to get 35 of these stouts. Totally fine. Anyway, any plans for the FF11 private server Phoenix that's coming out in October, Jace? I never really got into Final Fantasy. Is that what FF11 is? So long story short, no, I haven't even heard about it. Should I know about that? I mostly was doing UO, EverQuest, and WoW. Those are like my main 3 MMO type of things. It's basically a little different than the classic EverQuest. Okay, yeah, I don't think I've definitely played one of them, you know, but not a lot. All right, anyway, so this character that I started as is it N on the keyboard? There we go, N. I started as a Druid Warrior Monk. Druid Warrior Monk was that I started, and this was a very nice thing. Because with Druid Warrior Monk, you got Cleave, Monk had Mend, Druid has Damage Shield. So I was able to like just kind of run and not die and just fight and just try to dominate. So that was one of the characters that I started as. Fast camp. We're going to get out of here real quick. And we're going to start on another server. Hold on. Jace, you've been playing this? Yes. You guys been playing it? I wish you could quit to server select. All right, Quanos. So that was on Rivervale. I was basically going up the server list. Because you can have 1 character per server at the moment. Here we go. Wizard, Magician. So I went Wizard, Magician, and then Ranger as my 3rd selection, okay? So Wizard, Magician. Wizard, Magician actually was a very fine start. A shockingly easy start. Wizard, Magician, Gnome. And then I picked Ranger when I got to 10. Because I was thinking, like, if you could be a Ranger and you could fire arrows while casting spells, question mark, you know what I mean? Have a pet be your pet tank and then cast, like, so for example, I just hit 2 on the keyboard. That sends in my pet that casts the spell, and now I'm shooting with archery. Like, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? That seems like a pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy type of build. So I'm and like you're auto attacking, and you don't need ammunition on this server, right? 1 arrow does it all. So it's a little bit more quality of life that I don't have to worry. So like hitting 2 on the keyboard again, just sending my pet in, and then hitting Q to auto attack. And so then I'm getting, you know, Ranger abilities, you know, and I could still get up close because you get kick, and you're going to get other Ranger abilities. But you can also do this range stance where it increases our hit chance, but then also just does arrows like right up close. So in theory, no matter where I am, I could always be using arrows. And if I wanted to, I could switch to these other abilities as well. Right, so I can go to offense stance. Right, so I'm gonna hit 2 on the keyboard. We're gonna send our pet in there, boom. And now we're doing kick, and I'm actually, you know, hitting, or I can just back up then, and it will auto shoot my arrows now. You know, and then I can step forward again, and then whack with my staff if I wanted. You know what I mean? Or we could just always be in ranged stance, so that increases my archery range, like hit chance. And then I could, even if I could get up close, we're still auto kicking and shooting. Like, it's pretty, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This is a pretty interesting thing. I always thought I wanted to be a monk and a paladin and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, wait a minute. There's like other options, you guys. Who knew? Who knew? So let's kill these real quick. And I'm going to log into another server because why not? And as you can see, there's a common theme here. I'm mostly gnomes, but shockingly enough, I'm going to be not a gnome on one of these servers. Wow. I know, crazy. Okay. So, anyway, Wizard Magician. Interesting start. Interesting start. That Erickson, welcome in. So I'm going to fast camp that bad boy. We're going to quit. We're going to pull up EverQuest Legends. Kayla has renamed your pet Jonathan. Okay. We're going through the different characters and seeing different ways to start this game, because when it comes out of beta, everything gets deleted, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna I don't know if I played Payneal or not. Let's see. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I have a character on every server, but maybe this was the one I was doing the Befallen runs on. I can't remember. Okay, I don't have a character on this one. Let's go ahead and quit real quick. I just want to show off some of these different characters that I started and just a little talking point. And you guys can tell me right now in the chat and or the comments which one you're going to start on. You know what I mean? Like, what's your... I definitely want to be a gnome. I can tell you that. I do enjoy a gnome experience. I had a gnome experience. So I kind of want to start that way. Okay, so here's my... I went Berserker Warrior Monk as a troll because I thought, you know what? Maybe I don't need to heal. Maybe I can just be an attacky McTackerton and not even need to worry about healing. My healing could be my monk. And sure enough, this is an option, at least on lower levels. You know what I mean? Like, you can definitely get by without needing much experience. You know what I mean? Like, what am I trying to say? You don't need like a healer right away, right? Like, you can definitely just dominate. Okay, I can just move. I don't know if I have my abilities set up on this computer. Let me look. Yeah, so I'm doing the Tiger Claw, round click, frenzy. We have mend on the keyboard there. Cleave. A bash. We could turn on a bash. I didn't even do that yet. Slam. So like all of these things can be activated. And so even though I'm not, I don't have a direct heal, we're pretty hanky-tanky. You know what I mean? And we do a AoE attack due to the warrior and the monk. So a good start, you know what I mean? Like, again, is this end game content? I don't know. I never really got to end game content, and I don't think I ever really will. If you know anything about me, I'm too ADD / finding something else to do. Maybe I'll once we get to live, maybe I'll shapen up. But anyway, boom, ding, level 12. So what happens at level 12? Well, when you get to level 12, you unlock a lot of these each of these have different abilities. If I hit V in a keyboard and I go to class, when you're looking at these, if they cost 0 points or they don't have any cost, then you get them for free at a certain level. So like Heroic Leap, we just got for free at level 12. That's a warrior ability. This Fighter Tenacity, that's a warrior ability. This Power Strike, a warrior, Berserker ability. Unbound Fury increases our chance to land a critical for 2%. That's a warrior or a berserker, so we have it twice. Unbound Wrath, another increase your critical hit damage by 10%. I'm pretty sure that's a warrior ability, or maybe it's a berserker. But anyway, so all of these different things, like as you level up, you get to unlock some of them for free, and then obviously you also get other ones that you're going to spend your points on. So you technically get strong. Like, even though you might have a little bit of a rough start at the very beginning, you're gonna get stronger and stronger as your like build comes online. Oh my golly gee willikers. The XR zone with all the vendors and little spotters feels a little OP, but I'm a noob to EverQuest. Oh yeah, starting as an XR. I did make an XR. Their town is very compact. It's very nice. Why did you re-roll a new character? I've been checking out a bunch of different characters. Crimson. Each server, you can have a character on each server, so I was kind of messing around on each server a little bit. But anyway, so this one I started Berserker Warrior Monk just to see what it was about. I didn't even go. I couldn't go Gnome first because I wanted to be a Berserker first. But that's a whole nother thing too. Technically, when you make your character and you haven't gotten level 11 yet, you can switch between the primary and secondary classes all you want. So I'm sure that people have already figured out the math of like what character to start as, like right at the very, very beginning. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to start leveling as a mage very first because then I get a pet. But then at level 6, I can switch to a druid because then they get a blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So if you're one of those people, feel free to drop your knowledge in the comments. I probably won't follow that. I like the idea of just picking a character and playing it. You know what I mean? Ish. Again, I'm a walking contradiction, you guys, okay? If you've seen any of my streams, I pretty much say and do exact opposite things that I say and do. You know what I mean? So, take everything I say for, you know, a grain of salt. But anyway, look, so this is a no healer. I'm only relying on the monk healing. But technically, as you get stronger, your guy gets better, you know, I don't know. So if you want to be a straight up warrior type of dude, here's your abilities. You don't even need to cast. And you can maybe switch out one of these with a rogue, you know what I mean? You don't need to be a warrior, you don't need to be a berserker, you can be a rogue or something. Holy cow. All right, let's get on to the next character. Let's see what else we got going on, Jace. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, you guys. This is like EverQuest Legends. What's a bad build? I don't think there's going to be meta. There's going to be ones that are saying like, you should just do this and that's it. Like, but this is just a little bit of proof that you don't have to. You can make whatever you'd like. Okay, we're just going to camp right here. GG. Fast camp available. Sweet. Okay. So look, I did create something other than a gnome. Proof. Proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the thing. The thing? All right, so that was... We went through there. Here's Nirak. Remember, I started on Hollis. So these are all just other characters I made, kind of just messing around a little bit. What do we got here? Okay, so this one I started and then quit, but Warrior Beast. Because I was thinking like, hey, maybe like a warrior. Again, a warrior seems cool to me because you're just starting off as like being able to whack. And then I thought beast because you get a pet, you know, like. But I didn't get into it much. I just played it very briefly. So this is potentially an option. But again, the thing is, all of this is options, right? Like, that's the whole point of this. Like, just to explore and play. Nariak, that's how you say the name? Thank you. The Nerd King. Well done. You damn nerd. Teaching me how to speak. Appreciate you. So again, this is a potential option of doing the thing. Now, I did discover something. If you right-click your UI, your health bar here, there is this new mana tick timer and a new attack timer, and then an external cast window. Okay, so if you add those in, then you get to see. You always get that little first lag spike every time you play. Then you get to see like me casting, for example. So I get to see the spell here, like the old school style. That's kind of nice. And then you can also see kind of a little bar ticking up. That's when your mana is going to increase or your health, right? So you get to see the little EXP ticker. Sweet. So be sure to right click your UI and turn those on. And then obviously there's these other things, resize buffs, no buffs, shows your buffs, blah, blah, blah. So be sure to mess around with the menus a little bit. But I'm going to hit Q on the keyboard here, and these are our attack timers. So the attack timers show up as well. So yeah. Now I'm going to tell you, this feels like cheating. But when you're fighting and maybe you get hurt, and like let's say you lost a lot of health. Let's see if I can actually lose some health here. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me see if we can lose some health here. Hold on. There we go. I guess I can sit. Okay. So let's kill these off. Oh, I procced a spell blade. Let me turn that off. I proc Spellblade with minor healing in my slot there. That's not what I wanted. Alright, this is we're gonna I wanted to show off like a cheat. This is your jam. What's the playlist? 80s Dystopia on upbeat.io. I am a premium member on this thing right here. This is my playlist though. The current song is called Chromatic Sundown by Tonebox. Okay, so see I'm missing health? Well, if I just hit N on my keyboard and I go over here and I hit edit and then I hit save, it will like reapply your character. Your pet goes away because it removes any of your buffs and spells. But if you wanted to like quickly heal, like maybe you lost all your health and you're just sitting there for a second and you wanted to save the 2 seconds that it like comes back, you could potentially just edit your loadout while you're in the noob zone and you're under level 10. I feel like it's cheating, but that is something you could potentially do to bypass needing to change. But on that note, like maybe I didn't like being a warrior and a beast lord. So you just, again, hit N on the keyboard. You're in your starter zone and you go over to your your thing, you click edit. Your primary class, maybe I don't want to be a warrior. Maybe I want to be a necromancer, and then I also want to be a bard. Then you just hit save. So primary necro, additional bard, save. And now we have the abilities of those characters, okay? And I'm a level 2 necro bard. So I can right click here to summon, let's see, chords of dissonance, okay? And then I can right click here, we could summon a pet, and we can right click here and, you know, chant a battle and all the different thingies, right? Life tap. So even when you start your character, you're not stuck. Okay, for better or worse, you can change it up until level 11. So once you get to level 11, that's when you have to lock in, okay? So this is why I'm saying I'm sure there's somebody that's going to have like the mathed out, like what's the proper, what's, you know, you pick bard at level 1, but then at level 6 you switch to a druid, and then at level 7 you switch to a magician. I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's done that. You know what I mean? That's not going to be me. I'm just saying it's an option. But again, something with a bard, you guys, you know, a bard can attack multiple things. So is the bard the best way to start? I don't know. It depends on how quick are you trying to get through the adventure. You know? Do you want to just run through it all? Do you want to try to be, you know, having a good time? I don't know. Like, look, we can kite. You know what I mean? Like, this is like old school kiting. I don't really want to be a bard. At some point I might be a bard, but I'm not going to start as a bard, and I don't really want to play bard anytime soon. I like the concept of a bard back in the day. I don't want to be a bard in a multi-class server. I'd rather play something else. Que pasa? Waffle Quiz. What's up, dude? Sorry I missed your message. What's up, dude? Oh no, we be out here dying. Got that runaway clockwork. Oh no. What happens when you die, Jace? Nothing. Okay, you have to just respawn. You can pick a safe zone. You can wait to be resurrected, or you can do the bind location. Just all up to you. All right, so let's go ahead and camp. I'm going to go to another server. Again, just showing you guys that I've made multiple characters. Originally, I just wanted to be like a paladin. I know I want to be a gnome. I know I want to be a gnome. The only reason I wouldn't be a gnome is because I would want to be a berserker. And gnomes can't be berserkers right after the start. Okay, let's see if I have any characters on Freeport. I don't know if I do. Hollis is the one that I started playing originally. I don't know if I logged in at Freeport at all. I have not. Well, let's create a character here, okay? So, again, depending on what race you want to be, you know, that's going to be your starter zone. The Ixar starter zone is very easy. You know, it's very easy. Froglock one, same thing. You kind of start in a town that has a bunch of stuff near you. So Ixar, you start. Let's pick a class, Jace. Let's do shaman, magician, a shaman magician. We're gonna enter the world here. Wait, is this the real Jace or the AI one? It's been a while since you caught a stream. I'm a little bit of both at this point, dude. How did he see me? The bard is just for a stam regen for your warrior? Nice. No way, says Wifebot. I did happen to hit enter tutorial. I'm just going to skip the tutorial because I'm not actually going to play this one. I just wanted to show you guys the noob town. So we joined the tutorial. You should do the tutorial if you're new. I don't know if you guys know, but I did make a video about going to all the Befallen, right? And I didn't get to Ixar yet because Ixar wasn't, I didn't make it through the whole list. I can tell you right now, Ixar is probably a pretty good choice if you want to go to Befallen right away because you're right nearby it, okay? So we're going to say send to Doug. Okay, I'm not going to get the boots. We're just going to send our way home right at Doug, send. I don't think you can skip the tutorial. But anyway, so this is the noob starting zone of the Ixars, and I'm pretty sure this is the door right here, right? Yeah, that's literally you start, and then you can just enter the door, and then you're in row. So like, this is the, you know what I mean? Like you're almost a Befallen, basically. Some other thing I learned just recently was if you hit F on the keyboard, you can actually do a zone connection as well. So remember how I was running in my video to Befallen and all these different characters? Well, you could have just hit F, and then I could have been like, how the heck do I get to East Common Lands? And it literally points you in a direction. You know what I mean? So a newbie-friendly tip, if you're ever lost, F on the keyboard, and then you can kind of search for what's in the zone. Wow. Who knew? So if you did start as Ixar, though, like you would just fight over here in the noob zone right around here. But yeah, that's so that's that. Again, like what kind of character you starting? I don't know. At any time when you're in the noob zone, you just hit N and you can edit your loadout. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh dang, I didn't actually want to be a shaman because a shaman would be hard to start. So I'm gonna go ahead and select a warrior. And then I'm going to be a warrior rogue. Save. And it switches up your abilities. Okay? Now, obviously, your equipment didn't switch. It's just your abilities. So if you happen to start as a mage and then you switch to a warrior, you don't get, you know, like I don't get a warrior weapon like right away. So that might be the only thing that you get, you're missing out on when you're switching. A little switcheroony. But remember, if you hit L on the keyboard, that brings up your action bar. And then we're going to turn on all this stuff. So like I'm going to filter by category. I'm going to scroll down. We're going to turn on backstab. We're going to turn on bash. And I think we get, yeah, kick. And then we also get, I think we get frenzy at level 5 or something. Or not frenzy. What's the ability? Cleave. Cleave is like level 5, I think. But anyway, don't be afraid of just hopping on in and playing. You know what I mean? Like, what, you know, I don't want people, I fear for people who get stuck thinking about playing a game versus playing the game. You know what I mean? Like, just play. You don't need to know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Huzzah! Look at that. Decaying skeleton. You ain't got nothing on me. Also, just do an enchanter to level 2 on an Ixar, and then you can swap to the human illusion for Freeport, and then translocate to Quainos with no issues for Blackburrow. Nice, dude. Holy cow. See, you even figure out how to get to Blackburrow. So Ixar. Anyway, and also this loot menu, again, just as a new character, the loot, right? Like, if I happen to close that out, anytime you're right-clicking a corpse, that's used to be how you looted, right? Well, now the loot menu auto pops up. Like, let's say I accidentally sell these bone chips, right? I can sell them, but I can also right-click and then say auto sell. So that way, anytime we experience bone chips, they get sold. Okay? Which is great, but also like, oh no, what if I messed up? Now, you can type ADVL, so advanced loot, ADVL. That brings up the loot menu. So anytime you want to see the loot menu, just do ADVL. Okay? And then you just click filters. And then edit your loot filters here. I think it only shows a few, like when you've, you know, after you have like a whole bunch, you only get to see a few. So you might have to like search for them, right? But you can search for bone. And then you can change it to loot. You could just remove it. You know what I mean? So now the next time we show up with bone chips, we can go ahead and loot the bone chips ourselves. Also, a very silly thing that I've learned as a noob when we're playing here. I attack this guy. I'm going to kill him. And yes, it gets wiped for the release. Yes. Also, Jay Redrow, you should definitely play. So see how we have bone chips here? You can click loot. That will automatically put it in your bag. You can also just click the item old school style, and that puts it on the cursor. Wait, no, it didn't. I thought I put it on the cursor. Maybe... I could have swore I got it on the cursor. Maybe it's when your bag's full. Maybe it's when your bag's full. I don't know. But you could click it, and it... and it put it on my cursor. Jace, you're a liar. Jace is a liar, Timmy. Anyway. Yeah, so it does all get watched. Or watched. It gets wiped. I read and watched and looked at the same time. Oh my golly, Willikers. Anyway, the next question is like, Jace, do you automatically backstab? You do, and you front stab, because if you hit V on the keyboard, that's your AA points. And if I go over to the class menu, you can see we already have chaotic stab, so it lets us stab from the front no matter what. However, we still need a piercing weapon. So I currently only have a club, so I'm not actually stabbing from the front. So again, if you know you want to be a rogue, maybe start as a rogue as your class. That way you start with a stabby weapon. But yeah, any of the abilities, if you want to see them, you can get for free. You just filter by cost, okay? So for example, we got these for free. Chaotic Stab, the Fighters, the Sneakiness. Heroic Leap we'll get for free at level 12. Unbound Wrath we'll also get for free at level 12. But backwards is Tub. Well done, Angel. So N on the keyboard, again, we could switch through all these different things and see what we would get, right? So maybe I start as a Beast Lord, and then I also want to see what I could get as a Cleric, a Beast Lord Cleric for some reason. We just got all the spells for that, not all of them, but a majority of them. And you can either open your book by clicking over here, or K on the keyboard will open your book. But the easiest way to navigate the book, since you're going to have so many spells, is just right-click the gem icons and then kind of filter over what you wanted to cast. But Jace, how do we know what spells we're going to get? Oh, man. If I hit N on the keyboard... No, if I hit L on the keyboard, you guys, L on the keyboard will bring up our action hotbar. You can also click spells then. And what you could do is you can click the show unsubscribed, because you're not subscribed to this channel. So you click that. And then you can filter by level. So these are all the spells that I don't have yet. As a Beast Cleric, I could go buy Holy Armor. I could buy True North. I could buy Spook the Dead. And you can buy any spell for any level and put it in your book. So no matter what class you are, you could like fill in your entire book as a warrior for all levels, as long as you have the money to go buy all the spells. Also, I'm sweating all of a sudden. Am I dying? Did I just instantly get sick? Orson. 5038, because 5037 was taken. Thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Oh, man. Yeah, hue, yeah, that's a blue hue on the water bottle for sure. Yeah, I am sweating right now. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, oh, I'm having like a hot flash or something. Hold on 1 second. I gotta turn on a fan. Jace, what's your favorite color? Blue. Blue, 42. Have you guys seen that? There's a guy that's doing like Facebook videos, and he's just complaining. He's like an old man, but he's younger, and he's like talking about food dyes, and his joke was about it's like blue 42, red 40, red 40, Pop-Tart. I'm not doing it justice, but it's funny. I'm sweating. What happened? You shouldn't have a resolve that you're playing right now. Exactly. Okay, so anyway, if you're ever curious of what these buttons are that I'm clicking, by the way, like if I'm hitting V on the keyboard, that's bringing up the AA window. N on the keyboard brings up this loadout. Well, guess what? Right behind me, right over here, is the menus, guys. It's to the bottom right. So if you want to click through these things, right? So the first one's actions. You can actually click them. Hello? Thanks. Love you. Should you be in bed? Okay, cool. Love you, suckers. Bye. The kids are watching from the other room. She brought me an ice pack. So we got to cool down. I don't know what's happening. I'm excited about this game. Anyway, on the right-hand side, these are the little menus. So if you're hovering over, it says actions and inventory and alternate advancement. So if you're ever needing to find the menus, they're literally just on the right-hand side of the screen, right here. The difficulty thing, we haven't even talked about instances. It's behind me here. I can't, maybe I should just pull it up over here. Oh, I don't know if I can. There it goes. So, different things. Here's the shop. I don't think this is available yet. And then there's the EQL window as well. That's then going to open up even more menu options. Okay. So if you're ever like, damn, I don't know where the hell to look. Like how the heck did you open all those menus? Use this little menu down in the bottom here. Cool. Jace, you haven't even talked about these things. I know, we're just talking about characters, and we're, what are we going to do? What are you guys going to start as? Jay Redrow's going to start as what? You have Bard, Druid, Shaman, and you watched the guy farm D4 raid bosses solo earlier today. There's some people here that are definitely better at the game than me. Okay, you guys, this is, I don't know if you know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. And I'm not going to do the math to find out what's best. I go based on vibes. Right now, my vibe is going to be either... It's going to be a gnome, 100% gnome. So let's just talk about... Let's just go ahead and... We're going to talk about... I'm just going to delete this guy right here. and I'm going to talk about what I personally am going to create, okay? I'm personally going to create a gnome. And so my choices for gnome are kind of limited in the primary, okay? Cleric, enchanter, magician, necro, paladin, rogue, shaman, shadow knight, warrior, or a wizard. I initially was going to be a paladin. That's kind of how I thought I was going to start. A paladin. But now, I might choose wizard. I might. I don't know. I was kind of enjoying being the wizard. And I did wizard, magician, ranger, like once I got to level 10. But I kind of like that idea of being a wizard. I never really played a wizard on live. I played an enchanter. And I never really played a wizard because I thought, you just nuke, you spend all your mana, and you got to sit. But on this server, you don't really sit. You know what I mean? Like, there's always something to do. So I was like, man, maybe I should be a wizard. Berserker Rogue. It's been fun. Think you're going to do that. Add a shaman. Nice clip. I like it. Danny, you're going with a paladin, monk, enchanter. Dude, that was my first forte into the game. That's so good. I did enjoy that. Danny, I like your style. And THA, it was a warrior beast cleric. It was so strong that their AAs worked off each other. You can attack, heal yourself. Nice. Okay. So that's another thing I was going to say. So when you start the game, I forgot to show this off on the other character. But when you start the game, like I'll pick wizard and I'll pick my secondary classes. We'll just pretend that we were doing the magician here, okay? We'll pretend. It's going to put me in the tutorial. Squirrel. In general, everyone's saying that the Mage Wizard starts the strongest. Nice. I think Wiz Mage is the #1 strongest target. Not sure though. Just going off general saying. Okay, yeah. So we'll do this together just real quick to show you how it seems pretty OP. Okay, so wizard, blah blah blah. We'll do the quick tutorial just so I can get the thing. Okay, we're gonna give this to Doug. Boom. That gives us 4% EXP. Then, technically, he wants you to rung to Old Doug, and then Old Doug's going to tell you to go to the vendor. But we're going to stop at the vendor first. We're going to pick this up. Boom. Okay. And then we're just going to run over to Old Doug. I'm so short. I tripped. I can't get up. Help. I can't. There we go. Anyway, if we look at our ultimate advancement hit by hitting V and I go to class and I filter it by cost, as you can see, we're going to get a chance that your pet will land a critical strike by 2 when we get level 12 for free. And then same with this destruction. It increases your chance to land a critical hit with your direct damage spells by 2%. So those are 2 skills I get for free. Damn it, I fell off the edge. Just by being a wizard magician. Jace, why would you be 2 int classes? Don't they not work together? Well, that's where these little things come in, you guys, okay? When you hover over the stances you can be and the invocations you can be, this one right here, add 20% plus 10% per additional non-hybrid casting class damage effects and the cost of 20% more mana. Adds 10% plus 5% per non-hybrid class. I don't know. That seems good. You're going to do more damage. Because you have more than one character. Anyway, Old Doug. Give me your boots, bro. Okay, so we got our boots. These boots are made for walking. And again, so I have 8% EXP just doing this tutorial. So if you do the tutorial, you're going to leave a little bit more than 8%. So here we go. So we're just going to nuke this guy. Crossbow. Boom. Crossbow. Blast of Cold. Alt 2. Blast of Cold. Alt 2. So, you're instantly nuking. Like, this is why it's so strong, okay? Like, boom. I'm instantly just killing things in one hit as the noob. This is, I think, why it's strong. Right? And then we can turn in these skulls. So the quest is to turn in one rambunctious skull and one fragile skull. So you can do that, or I can turn in 2 at a time. You know what I mean? So you could do just, you know, the one to get another boot, and then you can turn it in again. It's up to you. Or you can give them all 4. For some reason, there's 5 skulls, so they didn't give you the even number. I don't know why they did it like that, but either way. And then you could potentially put the boots. You could merge the boots, or you can be silly and just wear all the boots. So that's the other trick, is just wearing all the boots instead of instead of merging them together. You just wear them all. It's a silly start. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. But that probably gives you more than just the merge. So anyway, send. This is this is the most OP. Because again, I don't know if you guys saw this. You get two any slots. So any slots, you could put any piece of gear there. So we happen to put boots on our feet, boots in the any's. And most equipment is like lore equipable. These ones are just no trade. So they did this on purpose, you guys. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. So again, I could just start leveling here if I wanted. Boom. Oh, I didn't kill it in one hit. This game sucks. What's happening? I thought I was going to murder everything in one hit. Numbing cold. Boom. We got ourselves a worn great staff. Nice. So we're already we logged into the game. We're absolutely crushing it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Right click, auto sell. Let's auto sell that junk. Boom. Alright, here's another one. And boom. And blast the cold. Nice. That's about the best for this stream, you guys. Tabbing into war mode, or tabbing, then hitting Q. Ding. I said ding. The best noise in all the land. All right, so I'm gonna loot these bone chips because you're like, wait a minute, maybe instead of being a magician, instead of being a magician, I'm gonna be a wizard necromancer. So I'm just gonna go over and edit magician to a necromancer, and I'm gonna hit save. Now all of a sudden, I can summon a pet as a necro. You know what I mean? So like, do you need to do the thing? I don't know. It's up to you. Again, it's like, this is what's kind of interesting about this game. Now, once you get to level 10, nothing, you know, like everything stops at level 10 and you only level what you're playing. But what's cool is you can kind of experiment a whole bunch for free to kind of get your dopamine on. You know what I mean? Get your feet about you. Get your boots on your hands and your hands. Like wearing finger puppets with all the boots. Exactly. A wizard druid is the best starter. You get all the marks for, later. So there we go. Boom, boom. Again, is this the best start? I don't know. Like, you guys pick your favorite. Like, you don't have to pick this. And I don't even know if I'm going to pick this. I still don't even know. This is the worst part. I have, there's so many different things to choose from, you know? I know I want to be a gnome. I can tell you that. I want to be a gnome. I like gnomes. I'm definitely going to be a gnome. But, like, what's my start going to be? I'm not sure. Jace, can you switch in combat? Let's try. Let's see. We're fighting. Let me see if I can swap. Let me see if I can change this to an enchanter. Save. You cannot swap while in combat, okay? So we can't do that. But after we kill this guy... Oh, and let's see what the ability is real quick for being a necromancer. I'm going to hit V on the keyboard. I'm going to class, and we're just sorting it by cost. So Unbound Affliction increases the chance of your damage over time spells to deal critical damage. So once we get to level 12, that's what you get for free right there. There might be other things you get for free too. I just know that these class-specific ones are based on your current classes. All right, so anyways, now I'm gonna hit N on the keyboard. We're gonna edit this because maybe I'm like, oh man, I don't really want to be a necromancer. Those seem evil. Like, let's be a paladin? Question mark. Ranger. Again, we can pick all these different ability. You know, pretty much anything. I mean, you can pick anything. That's what's crazy. So maybe we want to be a wizard berserker. Okay, and then I hit N or V on the keyboard again. Going back to my class, we got Power Strike for free. Grants the increased chance to critical strike. Nice. And then once we get to level 12, we'll increase our critical strike with melee. And then now we've unlocked these stances, right? So now I can go berserker stance. And we could also do either... this one doesn't get the spell blade. But we can poke. Now, remember, whenever we switch classes, we also want to turn on our auto use of abilities. So I can hit L on the keyboard, or we can click this little first button right here. This abilities button, actions, L. I'm going to filter by category because that makes sense in my brain to make it easier. And then I'll just scroll down to any of these checkboxes. So I'm going to click Frenzy, automatically use Frenzy. And I think I get Kick. Yeah, automatically use Kick. And there we go. So now I will Frenzy and Kick for free. I'm attacking this guy, casting Frostbolt. We're frenzying, we're kicking. Now you can drag those on your bar, you know, again, L on the keyboard, and I can drag them on my bar by just holding down the button and then putting it over here on 2. So you can see when they're being used. So hey, obsolete model, I'm gonna hit 2 on my keyboard manually. Look at that. Boom. Frenzy. Casting spells. Blasting. Dominating. Again, so what's the best start, you guys? I don't know. I don't know the answer. All of them. None of them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go play before it gets too late. Enjoy the stream. Rylan, thanks for tuning in, dude. Hopefully you have a great time playing. So yeah, this is and how do you get out of here, Jace? Well, guess what? We can hit M on the keyboard. That will bring up a map. You can also hit F on the keyboard and then say, again, filter by category. I feel like I'm filtering everything by category. But there's a zone one. Where is it? What's it called? I thought it was called zone. Zone connection, right there at the top. So I'm like, I don't know how the hell to get out of here. You just hit F on the keyboard and then search for zone connections. And you just follow the yellow brick road. The other way to cheat is to just die. Like if I attack a little guard here, you know, if I just attack the guard and then try my best to murder the guard. If you want a quick escape button, then instead of clicking, you know, zone safe spot, just do your bind location. And that will just send me outside. Again, am I min-maxing? No, I'm just trying to show you some tips and tricks that I've learned. I'm not really a min-maxer, you guys, okay? I wouldn't consider myself that. However, make sure you activate your boots. Your boots are only available when you are not in combat. The moment you cast a spell or get in combat, your boots go off. So, just another FYI. So, Wizard Berserker level 2 already dominating. Alt 2 to cast Blast of Cold. Boom. Nice. Alt 2. Again, so I might be a wizard at the start, because the other thing with wizards is you're going to get the teleport abilities, okay? When you do start as a wizard or a druid, you get teleports eventually. And when you unlock a teleport for one character, it's then usable on all your other characters. So it's kind of nice because then it goes under your L on the keyboard. These rituals. It's called a ritual. So wizard and druid are currently the ones that get rituals. Rituals. I can't even say the word. So if you get like, you know, ring to steam font or whatever, you get to use that ability on any of your characters. It just drains your mana or whatever, right? So I mean, it might take your buffs away too. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really used it. Anyway, Cleric Sham Druid for the win, says Danny. Nice, dude. I haven't really played a Cleric either. Your favorite build at the moment is Paladin, Enchanter, and Berserker. Zizzle Sticks. I like it. Or you can pick an instance and swap to the start, or Origin takes you back home. How do you pick an instance? Oh, I see what you're saying. Like the difficulty mode here, and then like pick difficulty. That would potentially send you somewhere. So anyway, is the start better to start as a melee? Is it better to start as a wizard? Is it better to start as a caster? Is it better to start as a thing? I don't know, you guys, okay? I think you should start with whatever you want to start with and just know that you can change it at any moment. The only thing you can't change is that original primary class once you get level 10. Or 12. 11. So, like, what's the best? Somebody else will tell you what's the best. I'm just going to tell you to have a great time. And so far, I read a lot of the internet, you know. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm on Reddit quite a bit because I'm on the toilet because I have IBS. And that's my app of choice. So I'm always on Reddit. I always see posts about the game's going to suck and the game's too easy. And I've seen people run through D4 content a week into, and there's going to be nothing to do. Guess what? I'm not going to be that person. If there's somebody who wants to speedrun everything and get done in the 3 days that it came out, all the power to you, dudes. That's not going to be me. I wish it was me. I wish that could be me. But that ain't going to be me. And so I'm just, I'm excited to see some content that I haven't seen. I'm excited to explore some different combos with the different character builds. I'm excited to suck. I'm excited to dominate. I'm excited to see the numbers go up. You know what I mean? I'm the worst gamer in all the land because I just want to play. And I'm a little bit anxious because, again, with the beta, everything's going to get wiped. So, like, I want to go hard. At the same time, I'm like, I just want to mess around. But then maybe once the actual game comes out, I'll be like, oh, yeah, neckbeard, you know? We'll see. El Bandito, welcome back to the stream. Hello. Enchanter, Annie, Nez. Any pull up to 30 targets, never die. Nice. See? 0. Well done. Already got it. There's another one here. So, like, yeah, this inversion. Cast fast. Boom. Boom. Empowering. There's all these different things. I'm currently in Berserker stance. You're like, Jace, well, you're dying, dude. You're not even living. I know, so maybe we should change it. And on the keyboard, edit. Like, maybe I don't want to be a wizard. Maybe wizard is terrible. Maybe I do want to start as a paladin as my primary. And then my secondary, I'll be a wizard. How about that? I don't know. Save. Now we switched it up even more. So now I can right click and I can say, I don't have the abilities yet. Minor healing. There we go. Now I can heal. I did get archery, slashing, bashing, and taunting. So same thing. L on the keyboard. Sort by category. Scroll down. Turn on bash. Although I think you need a shield. Did I get kick? I don't think I lost kick. Totally fine. So now let's attack a small coyote. Poor dog. Anyway, so here's where now we can turn on this other ability called Spellblade, which treats your first spell gem as a proc chance. So now I could potentially proc Frostbolt by just fighting. And I'm pretty sure everybody gets dual wield as well. So if we happen to get another weapon, yeah, dual wield. Boop. So now we're dual wielding as a paladin. Who knew? And again, we can right click our bar here and turn on mana tick timer, attack timer, external cast window if you want. Brass bolting, blast of Colton. Also the blast of Colton. Jace, where's your combat text? Well, again, setting up the UI, this could be something that could be better, but you start with the main chat and you start with combat. You click the combat tab, right click, say detach tab, and now it's in its own little thing, okay? And you can resize them by dragging the edges. If you wanted to change the text, you right click it, and then you go through the different options here. So for example, if you're blind like me, you can go down to chat size and maybe turn it to 10. You know what I mean? Because maybe you can't see anything. Maybe you're blind. Maybe 10's a little too tall, Jace. I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe it's just right. Maybe this is how we need to play the game. Maybe this is what it's all about. Your target's too far away. We're casting Blast of Cold. You know what I mean? Maybe this is too big. So we'll size it down just a smidgens. Maybe we'll go to 1. You know? The choice is yours and yours alone. And then you got timestamps here. Like let's mess with these a little bit. We don't have to be so dramatic, but 5. Let's right click and see what some of these are, because I don't even know. So chat size, obviously, timestamps off. We can maybe do short. Here we go. That's nice. Okay. Seconds, hours, and minutes. Let's see. So this is hours and minutes. Full. How about just do full? I mean, that's pretty cool. It says it's out of range. I didn't think about having the timer. Just you're being dramatic. I know, that's the point, you guys. You guys ever tuned into a Jaseown stream? Well, now's your chance. So now we got a timestamp here, but then you can also right click and change the different things. So like hit mode. Since we're in the combat tab, I feel like it's a little bit different, but we can say new chat window. And then that brings up another chat window. And then I can like right click here and I can go hit modes and I say your hit. And if I do normal here, does it actually show up? Do I have to like hit mode, your hit? Maybe I have to do something special. Am I dying? Sounds chunky. We're learning together, guys. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm not a professional. Filters. Holy cow, there's so many options. Hit points have been set to normal. How do you get the combat to go on this other one? I'm trying to show you guys how to do it. I don't even know how to do it. You're being hit. Normal. Okay, these hit modes. Your hits. Number only. This is how you can make it smaller. So hit modes. Your misses. Miss only. I wonder if there's a better way to do this. You being hit. Number only. Yeah, so I got hit for 6. You begin casting Blast of Cold. You hit it. So yeah, these are where you would shrimp up your you would small up your thing. So all number only. Maybe that's what I wanted to do here. I just wanted to cast here. Let's see. You begin casting Crossbow. No, that still was a big thing. 1/6. You have slain a rat. I mean, cool. A lot of things to change in the menu here. I like this. I feel like you could spend all day trying to go through that. This is content that I need to make for real. You know what I mean? I need to make a video about these are the 6 settings that you would need to start the game. Even though I don't believe in that kind of content. Like, that's the worst part. I'm so bad about that shit. I just need to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's first curse of the stream, you guys.
First curse of the
stream. Like, this is... Anyway. Lots of different things to choose from when you play. Lots of different options to get started with. And I just need this game to come out already. You know what I mean? Like I want the beta to be unwipeable. You know what I mean? I don't want to get wiped. I'm ready for my character to exist for real. I don't know what I'm going to start yet. I'm still, again, I'm going through. I don't know. Paladin, Wiz. I mean, that actually might work. I don't know. I do miss the fact of being an enchanter, but like one of the reasons why I played an enchanter was because of breeze and being able to, like, you know, mez things and being a group. But you're not really in a group in this one, you know. We got our first ability point. V on the keyboard. What does a paladin get, Jace? Well, that's a great question. Let's find out. We get lay of hands for free. We're gonna get we're gonna get another lay of hands at level 6. I don't know what the difference is, but we get another one at level 6. And that's it. So we got lay of hands for free. And Enchanter Paladin Monk's OP. I mean, that's what my very first character was, and I was like, man, that's gonna be it. That was me playing during the closed beta. That's what I was doing. But now that I've tried all these other classes, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're all good. Hey, everything could be big. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everything. Because I actually really like the concept of being the wizard, magician, ranger. But is that, like, really good? I don't know. Probably not. I only got to level 11. Or 12, I guess. I just hit 12 in the stream earlier with that one. Paladin makes sense because you get like lay hands and you're a tank with heals. Like, that does make sense to me. If you're trying to like speed run your EXP, in theory you would want something with a damage shield, kind of power level yourself. You know what I mean? So like a druid makes sense, and a warrior has cleave, which is an AOE attack. So like a warrior druid to start. And then you fill in the third with some other AoE damaging thing. Again, a monk can round kick. The damage shields are crap here, though, because they're only a 3-minute duration. Yeah, but you can cast it on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you get it for free. Warrior Druid Bard. Nice. Math Magician. He's done the numbers. Yeah, I feel like, again, there's just so many different things. And like, do I want to speed run my character? Not really. I do and I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be like, I want to stream the content. I need to technically stream what people want to watch, and I'm assuming people want to watch like the end game stuff. I don't know. I'm not. I want to give the people what they want. Give the people what they want, Jace. What the hell do you guys want to see? Like, what should I do? Should I focus on being the min-maxer? Should I turn my whole personality into like, this is the best, and this like, should I have a challenge of trying to get to level 10 first? I don't know. Like, I definitely want to take off of work when this game launches, right? No sleep till we hit 50? I don't know. Like, ain't nobody got it. Really popular videos for EQL lately have been streamers letting their chat choose their race, classes, leveling path. Interesting. It's funny because I like that. I also like, I want to be a gnome. There's no way. Jace gnomes. How do you let people take that over for you? I don't know. This is why I'm not a good streamer, you know. Like, this is why your content sucks, Jace. Like, fair point. It's a temporary thing for beta, I guess. That's true. Yeah, like, none of this matters. Technically, I'm playing a character on a different server that I don't even care about. I like to see the Jay's tried and true method of just picking a random thing and yeeting it into the world to have some fun. Hell yeah, Keith. Like your style, sir. That's how we got the Arcane Mage that I fell in love with on Ultima Online. I wanted to quit during that expansion, and then I was like, oh, wow, wait a minute, I can wear a plate as a mage? Hell, technically, I can make an Arcane Mage here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, so Halas is where we actually started when this launched. Let's see my character here. I think I started again. Yeah, Paladin, Warrior, Monk. This chat shows is gonna be something weird like SK Druid Ranger. You played so long back in the late 90s? Sugary Virus. That's my like main jam. That's the game I play the most. I actually have a website. It's called uoaddicts.com. Wait, that's the local host version. Hold on. uorazorscripts.com, uoaddicts.com. This is a site that I run because I'm addicted. It's some ways you can watch people stream UO. There's been 181 of us streaming in the last 30 days. I was streaming earlier today. That's me right here 2 hours ago. I'll drop it in the chat. But if you're ever curious of wanting to get back in the game, that was the whole point of that, is make sure people could connect. Different servers, different streamers. But I also love EverQuest. Like, you know, I'm... and UO came out in 1997. I was 12, okay? And then EverQuest came out in 99. 14, you know, or whatever. Been on the computer ever since, playing both of these damn games. Anyway, and on the keyboard. Yeah, I think I got to 21. I was a Paladin, Rogue, Berserker on this one. So this one I went Paladin, Rogue, Berserker. Interesting. And then I wanted to try a Warrior. So I went Warrior, Monk, Paladin. But I already had gear from being the other guy. So many things to choose from, you guys. Holy cow. Like... The Warrior Cleaves OP. Yeah, so that's what was on here, right? If I'm gonna search by category again. So you get Bash, which I can't use because of the shield, but you get Cleave for being a warrior. We get Round Kick, right? Round Kick hits multiple opponents. Smite because we're a Paladin. Tiger Claw because we're a Monk. There was a lot of active abilities on this particular one with the Paladin, Warrior, Monk. God. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Again, these are like, I'm level 17. Maybe I should go inside. Go inside the house, Jay. Stop showing off with the little noob stuff. All right, you guys, my bad. Anyways, the choice is yours and yours alone. Jace, there's no mobs because you're playing with other people. Well, here's another interesting thing about this particular... Oh, let's kill this stuff. This particular server, or this particular instance of the game, you can make instances, you guys. So you're like, oh, dang. Is there any... There's like nothing available to kill. Oh, no. Well, you can make your own instance of every zone. After a certain cooldown period, you know, like you can't just keep spamming it. They have like a cooldown on it. After I kill this, I'll show you. So over here, there's a difficulty 0, like right next to me. I keep using this hand. It's this right here. This right here, this little difficulty 0. If I click that and I say create instance, it's going to ask me, like, what do I want to do? Difficulty? I'm going to say normal. Type solo, respawning or non-respawning. So maybe you want to do a challenge where you're trying to get through the dungeon and you don't want to be stressed out about monsters respawning. You can choose a non-respawning dungeon. Holy cow. Like, this is what I like about it, because as a dad, as an old man, as a person who can't just be online 24/7, it's pretty cool to be able to kind of take your time through a dungeon. But anyway, we're going to say 0, solo, respawn, create. Are you sure you want to create this? Yes. And basically, it's going to make our own instance of Unrest just for us. Oh my golly gee willikers. So if there's a particular boss you want to farm, if there's a different area you want to farm, like, this is a pretty nice way to do it. Jace, doesn't this ruin the spirit of the game? No, I think it's pretty cool. Can you invite people to your instance? I think you can, but I think you have to... Again, I play by myself. But I think you have to set it as a multiplayer. So I think when you would manage the instance... and I can't change it right now because I just made it. But instead of type solo, I think you would do type multiplayer. So yes. But you would do a little bit different what I just did. Anyway, and now this zone is... There's nobody here but me. And I can kill all the mobs because they're mine. Woo-ha-ha-ha. What happens when you die when you're in a solo zone, Jace? Well, that's also pretty cool. Nothing. You can just spawn at the front again. You know, obviously you're gonna lose your buffs and, you know, whatever else you had like going in here, but you don't lose the XP and you don't lose your gear and you don't lose your corpse. So this is another like advantage of like, well, let's just explore the zone. Like, let's go somewhere we've never gone before, because even if we die, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like. And I'm a catch-22 on that one, you know what I mean? Like, I liked EverQuest because I was afraid of dying because it sucked. But on this one, you know, like, we pulled the whole zone. Whoops. Well, let me just fight my way through it. You know what I mean? And if I live, I live. If I die, that's on you. Like, and again, I'm hitting multiple mobs because we have cleave and we have the round kick. Like, I don't know, it's interesting. You played a Bard in EQ, and then EQ2 messed it all up for you, so you moved WoW. Ah, okay. I played just 1 month of EverQuest 2. I was so excited about it coming out. I actually worked at Best Buy at the time. You worked at Best Buy, Jay? Sure did. EverQuest 2 launched, and I was like, heck yeah, this is gonna be so cool. And I played it a little bit, but not a lot. A little baby bit. And I didn't play Ragnarok. I didn't play that. Sorry, you typed that a while ago, and I completely was just on a rant. Didn't work on that, Chase. Okay, I'm working on this. Anyway, look, so we pulled the, not the whole zone, but we pulled a big chunk of zone, and we're fine. We made it. I did use mend. You know, mend's about to come back up. I still have lay of hands. I could also heal myself. Isn't there a there's like a bookshelf that I want to go through, right? There is a bookshelf base. Oh, we're almost dying, or I'm gonna hit 4 on the keyboard. That's mend. Boom. We're currently in offensive stance, but there's all these different ones you can choose from. You know, we could do striker, range, defense, mage hunter, evasion, balance. Like, so as we're almost dying, maybe I want to go to evasion, and then all of a sudden I'm going to dodge everything. But it drains your endurance. So, but maybe I needed to heal. Maybe I needed to get off something. So you would turn into that, and so now I'm not getting hurt. And then, like, oh, I need to gain it back, so I go to balance because that actually doesn't cost anything. But wait, how do I know when I'm re-ticking up? I'm going to right-click here, and I'm going to do mana tick timer and attack timer. Look, now I can see my timers, when I'm going to swing and when I'm going to regen. Holy cow, you guys. What quality of life game is this? But the graphics suck, Jace. Yeah, it's fine. I like these graphics. I'm sorry. I get YouTube comments where like everyone's mad that the graphics suck. I think it's lovely. These are some of my favorite graphics of all time. But then again, I grew up on this stuff. You know what I mean? It's like liking Nokia phones. You know, like it's it's an acquired taste, I guess. Is what it is. It is what it is. Is there like a... Where the hell's the thing? There it is. Oh, I'm not holding the key. I gotta get a key first. And the key's up the stairs. Alright. I mean, here, I'm gonna hit mend now. See? So again, we haven't died. And we're doing just fine, you know? Potentially courage myself here. Oh. Trying to get through these MSQs on Final Fantasy? Good luck, Godspeed. I always wonder that about UO. Are the... Wait. The graphics are like glitchy and cool, or am I just looking through my 4-decade-old nostalgia glasses? No, that's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, my kids think my kids think these games look terrible, but they play Minecraft. You know what I mean? I don't know, like, Dad, you get so much more people watching if you just play Minecraft like that. They better be asleep, by the way. Kids better not be watching. It's late. It's just after dark. I'm gonna start cursing. Enemy paladin, warrior, monk, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna be when this game comes out. Holy cow. I want to be everything. The other thing that I haven't really looked at yet, guys, and I'm afraid to, is the achievements. Because normally when I play games, I do like to do the achievements, at least on Steam. That's one of my favorite things. Steam achievements. Like if I buy a game, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna 100% this game. Anyway, tell me you lived through the 90s without telling me you lived through the 90s. Let me check my pager. Nice, dude. Well done. Gotta call this back. Business. Very important business. That's funny. If I hit F on the keyboard, it's only a zone connection. I was curious of what the options were here. Dry Bone Skelly. And a red. A Crazed Ghoul 27. I'm a level 17 versus 27. In the olden days, I'd already be dead, okay? This would be a lost cause. In this particular version of the game, we will probably be okay. I just use mend. I'll have lay of hands, but again, we can go in defensive stance to take less damage. We can go to evasive stance if we need to. Lots of options. I'm gonna lay hands here in a moment, though. I'm getting my buns kicked. Berserker. Frenzy. Equal sign on the keyboard, that's what it's bound to. I'm gonna go less than 10%, and we're gonna hit it. Less than 10. Oh, 4%. Boom. Full health. Nothing but the best for this stream. I like living on the edge, you guys. That's right. Crazed ghoul. Let's go down. Got him. A ghoul heart. See, I don't know what that is. Somebody on either Reddit or Facebook had a great suggestion, and I'm going to say it out loud because I'm going to mirror it. When you hold right-click... Okay, we're going to loot the item. But when you hold right-click or you open it up in chat, it has the description of what it is, and it says... It's lore equipped, no trade, blah, blah, blah. It would be great if the lore tab had anybody who's searching for this. Like if there was a quest item associated with this ghoul heart, it would be fantastic if the lore page included what it was for. Because a lot of times now what you would do is you would find this and I would be like, Ghoul's Heart. I would Google it. Ghoul's Heart EverQuest, right? And it's going to happen to come up on Project 99. But let's pull that up, okay? So, like, I would Google the Ghoul's Heart, okay? And then I can see that there's a Sword of Nobility related quest. It would be kind of cool if the lore page could just show some of the information so I don't have to leave the game. Does that make sense? I don't know if this is possible or not. I would love it to be. It would be fantastic. And you're basically saying like, oh, okay, so this is part of the Ghoulbane quest. Wait, what? I didn't know that. Talk to this dude to contain a note. The note, talk to this person. Get a pendant. Trade the pendant to Laura. Laura receives the note. Trade the note to Rob. Ask what bag. You get this scroll from the Highkeep Goblins, the Blade of Nobility from the Butcherbog Mountains, a Ghoul's Heart from Unrest, a Hilt of the Nobleman, combined it, and then you get a Ghoulbane. This is a quest method of obtaining a Ghoulbane. This weapon can also be classically obtained as a mob drop. I didn't even know it was a drop. I mean, I didn't know it was a quest. Slash throw the heart on the ground. I mean, yeah, this seems like a lot to do, but it would be cool again. Like, and it doesn't, like, this was maybe a terrible example, but it would be cool when you look at your inventory, a lot of things like have a quest, right? So this scribbled prisoner's note. I got it off a halfling, but it would be cool if you knew what to do with the item in the game. Yeah. Anyway. Grizzlebox. My favorite class is Brewing. Can't wait for the release though. Hell yeah. Grizzlebox, I like your style. Collect all... Wait, collect call from Mom. Come pick me up at the mall. Thanks, bye. Hold on, I need my roll of quarters for the day. I can call my pager when it goes off so I know who called. Damn, dude. I'm old and I can't see your trio on my phone. What are we running here, sir? Duran, we're Paladin, Warrior, Monk. But I went through a whole bunch. In this stream, we talked about a whole bunch of different things. A whole bunch of different starts. I was asking people what they're going to start. I definitely want to be a gnome. There's no way about it. I'm going to be a gnome. The problem is, like, when you pick a gnome, I kind of wanted to be a berserker. But I can't be a like primary berserker. Which I guess it doesn't matter. It's just you're locked into whatever your primary is. So should my primary be a paladin? Should my primary be a wizard? You know what I mean? Should my primary be... I can't see it from here because I'm like over 10. But... oh my golly gee willikers. I'm excited about this game. You can do a faction quest before 10. Pick the race and lock it in. Then switch back to gnome and you could be a berserker main. What? What's the faction quest? Rochambeau. Great name, by the way. Anyway, that ghoul's heart down. Now I'm thinking about, like, well, can I just get a ghoulbane now? It seems like a lot of work. Although this is optional, so technically all you need to do is go what bag. I'm assuming. Blade of Nobility, the scroll. Huh. So interesting. Men. Oh my gosh, look at that proc. 193 damage. Oh. Oh. This game. Anyway, again, if we looked at the what we got as far as the warrior, you know, being level 12 or whatever, what are we getting for free? Heroic leap, lay hands, the unbanned Routh, so it increases our critical hit damage. I'm assuming that's monk. I don't know if unbound Routh is. I'm assuming that's monk. Lay hands, another unbound Routh. Wait, that must be. I guess we get it for both, huh? Anyway, holy cow, you guys. So many options, so many different possibilities, so many combinations. Like, what's a bad combination? Tell me a bad one. Like, what would be a bad combo? We're talking about what's the best. What's the worst? Jeez, the worst is a paladin monk warrior. I mean, you know. Warrior Zerker Rogue. Warrior Berserker Wizard. No heals, no Spellblade. I thought you get this. Oh, I guess the Divine Invoke is a counter. Oh, that's a Ranger ability. Interesting. Shaman Druid Cleric. I like these terrible ones. This guy, it makes me kind of want to play a terrible one. Like a Warrior Zerker Rogue. I liked it at a lower level. Obviously, I think if you get to a higher level, maybe it's like not worth it. But Warrior Zerker. Wait, what did I play? I played a Warrior. Yeah, no, I was a Warrior Zerker Rogue as a troll. I got to level 11. It was pretty good, you know, like as a noob. It was kind of fun. Warrior Berserker Wizard. Shaman, Druid, Cleric. And Spellblade has been trashed so far. I mean, yeah, I was super excited about Spellblade, the concept of it. But in execution, it hasn't been that exciting. Like, I have Spellblade on right now to cast Ward Undead, but like, there, it didn't even proc. That's my other thing that's proc. There it goes. It proc there. 14 damage. That's good. I probably need the spell, honestly. Now remember, if we wanted to look up our spells, L on the keyboard, and click spells, and we can click show unsubscribe. And so then we can see all the spells that we didn't buy yet. I'm assuming I have another. No, I guess I don't. I thought there would be another Ward Undead by now. Here. When's the next Ward Undead? Expulse Undead, level 30. And then you can search as well. We'll just search for Undead. Sense the dead, spook the dead, hammer striking, expulse, dismiss. Holy cow, I'm dying, not even pay attention. Someone mentioned if you use lower level spells that they can proc more often. I'm running a Bard, Warrior, Druid. It's okay. I think when it goes live, I might try Cleric, Rogue, and Berserker. I don't want to enjoy. You don't enjoy the mana watching? Nice. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, I want to play everything. I really do. Like, I like the concept of melee. Again, going back to EverQuest, like the original EverQuest, I was an enchanter. That was like my main character was an enchanter. Then I also played a monk on the side, you know, a Ixar monk. And those were kind of like my main bros. Then my friends convinced me to play a rogue, so I did have a rogue as well. A gnome rogue. And those are kind of like my mains. And then my brother played a druid, and I would play I would two-box the druid. You know what I mean? I would play my enchanter and his druid. And I would wheel it over on a table, and I would play both. So I kind of wanted to like replicate my oldness, you know what I mean? Enchanter, druid. But in this particular area, you don't really need that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's other combos that I want to try. Which is then, I thought, okay, a paladin. I like the idea of being a tank in video games, so maybe I should be a tank. So then I was like, all right, paladin, that sounds good. I need to get a key. I don't have a key yet. Hey, we just got level 18, you guys. Boom. I don't have a key for that one either. Excuse me, sir, do you have a key? Absolutely dominating. Oh, anyway, going back to like the class abilities. Like for example, Warrior gets this one. What's it called? Warrior's Endurance. At level 30, you get 1% of your health back per 6 seconds. Like that seems OP. That seems like amazing. So when we talk about some of those abilities, like some of the characters that don't have a lot of survivability or whatever, like maybe there's additional AAs that make up for not having a healer. Obviously, you need to survive the fight. So maybe it's not the most efficient. I don't know. But you could potentially be anything. Oh my gosh. Can't go very long as one class is a bard, enchanter, or shaman, and one of them can cast heals. You're at 80 plus 6 in combat, hit point regen, 147 if you're using unwielding. Holy cow. I'm playing warrior, berserker, shaman. I have really good gear, 7,100 hit points at 50. Rocking 250 health regen per tick. Oh my golly gee willikers, dude. Sure thing, you beat the game, dude. That seems awesome. This is locked too? I need a key for that one too? Damn, there's so many locked doors in this place. I should switch to a rogue and pick the locks. Alright, we might die here. Some of you may die. That's a risk I'm willing to take. They also get a stance that doubles your hit point regen. That's what this is, right? We have to lay hands here. We're gonna go to 15%, then we're gonna lay hands. One more. Boom, lay hands. It's an invocation, not a stance. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, we just got another ability point. Oh my gosh. So look, this little thing, this little item right here, this ghoul carry-on. I would like to be able to right-click it. And I want to click like the lore button. And I want to be able to have it just automatically search for me so it can pull up whatever it is. Shout out to that guy who said that on Reddit or Facebook. I can't remember where I saw it, but I totally agree. You should be able to see some of these items, what they do in the game. That would be amazing. Let's vibe code that together, guys. Let's help this game out. Where's the code? Let me vibe that in. Put me in, coach. Bitch might die here. No, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine, right? We can go to inversion so we can do a quick heal. Boom. Quick heal. Boom. I got interrupted. Uh-oh. We out here dying. Alright, we're gonna go evasion stance. Evasion. You try the identify skill? I have not. Is that what is that? Where's the identify skill? Is that in like the list over here? Is it an ability? Yeah. Here we go. Dominated. We lived. I don't know if it's in this version. Okay. Yeah, if I ever make a game, I want the game to have all the information to play the game inside the game. Even if it's just loads the wiki in the game. You know what I mean? Like if I hit like W on the keyboard, I know W makes you walk. But if I hit like, you know, L on the keyboard for lore, I want it to be like an embedded web page. I don't want to have to leave the game to find the info. Even if it's just an iframe. You know what I mean? Like, hit me up. Like, don't make me leave the game to learn about it. You're so spoiled. I know. Sorry about that. No official wiki or source information or link to, unfortunately. I mean, there is the EQL wiki, right? Or is that not sponsored by them? Like, is this not official? That's fan made? Okay. I mean, hell, even that, you know? Has anyone else noticed how laggy the EQL wiki is? I have no idea why. I'm not sure. I haven't really used it. I'm pretty bad about looking up stuff. It requires reading, writing, learning. Dude, double feature for sure, dude. We're out here trying to figure our lives out. What are you gonna start? I kind of went through a bunch of different options. I'm definitely being a gnome. Andy, I'm gonna be a gnome. Shocking. Gnome way. But then I'm kind of going back and forth between wizard, enchanter, paladin, warrior. I might just start warrior gnome. Seems kind of boring being a warrior gnome, though. I did kind of enjoy being a wizard, mage, ranger. I don't know how far you'll get in life, and that's fine. I don't have to, like, beat the game. I just want to play. Okay, so this is... Where do the keys drop? I feel like I was just up here. So I don't have a key to open that door. Scrolling up and down the webpage, it lags like crazy. And they should hire a web developer or something. Ranger get their free Hunter's attack power skill? The AA? Nice. Yeah, I got to a level 10. I did Wizard, Mage, and then when I got to level 10, I picked Ranger. And I was trying to do like a you know, magic casting archer type of thing. It was cool. But I don't know if I like it more than this. I like to be able to get up on in here, you know what I mean? Poke, poke. Slash, slash. I do like the idea of the monk roundhouse kicking gnome. I want to play everything, you guys. Holy cow. I like have a problem. I want to do everything. Close the door and be gone. Stay away from my hiding spot. Yes, sir. You didn't even have a bow equipped on your ranger, warrior ranger bard? Oh, dude. Jace, what are we doing for the France game tomorrow? It starts at 2, right? I'm supposed to be at work. Yeah, it's tomorrow at 2. Terrible. Terrible timing. Terrible. Ah, shnikes. My phone dropped, you guys. It probably broke. Oh no, it cracked. Just kidding. It cracked a long time ago. It's been, I'm one of those people. My phone's been cracked for like a year and a half. Yeah, I've taped it up because it started to stab me. It's like, you know, you can't even see it. It's so cracked. You know, I've just put tape on it. I'm one of those people. Like, I hand you my phone and it cuts you. I'm like, oh, you gotta not touch that edge. It still works. That is a list, 100%, dude. That's the problem. I got a little bit on the list. Just a smidgens. I should probably knock some of the stuff off the list. I'm just trying to make sure nobody wants to steal my phone, you know? The only time I'm using my phone is when I'm on the toilet anyway, so. Like I said, if I have to search for something on the internet, guess where I'm sitting? Down at the computer. You know what I mean? If we're in the other room, my wife asks me a question, I'm walking my ass in here to Google it on my computer. Jace, you could just look at it on your phone. No. We said this a couple streams ago, and by a couple, I mean like hundreds of streams ago. The phone is like a window into the internet. The computer is a doorway. It's a gateway. Do you want to look at the internet through a window, or do you want to step into the internet? That's right. I'm stepping in. Dude, you're getting a Dell. Hell yeah. Cowbox Gateway used to sell those at Best Buy. Damn, this is the second time I said Best Buy today. Common theme. Cleave works better with a two-hander? Technically, I have a two-hander. I have this guy right here, a silver-plated swinger. Wait, I have this one too. Oh, by the way, I did put my first clicky into an item. I have no clue where to get these other things from. Focuses and ornamentations. I don't know where to get that stuff from. How did you do it, Jace? Well, apparently, depending on what level item you get, if you can pull out the clicky, it's like, where is it? Let me just click it here. You can like literally click it out and you can store it in your inventory. But not all of them let me unclick them. I don't understand 100% how it works. I think you have to have a high enough level of the item to show it in this, and then you can click it. But I don't know where these other ones come from. Wait, do I have other gear that has that? I don't think I do. I don't think any of my slots have any of that. Yeah, I don't. And none of my things have them. Anyway. Holy cow, I need this game to come out. I don't have a key for that one either. Like, what am I... And this one needs a key too. Maybe I should be going down. Maybe I need to go downward. Wait, no, I need a key to go down. It's +1 focus for +1 for focus, 2 for clicks, 3 for warren, and 4 for procs. Interesting. Okay. And so if you get an item that has a proc, in order to take the proc out, you need to have it level 4. Did Wifebot say? Yeah, I wish. Anyway, the prockage need to be level 4. Best Buy. What's the next one you talk about? Funko Land, dude. Fry's Electronics was the jam back in day in Arizona. Fry's Electronics, and then the one that I used to go to is closed. When I was there, I was, you know, dropping my dad's ashes off. I couldn't. I was like nostalgia, kind of driving around, looking at places I used to go. Fry's Electronics closed over there on Baseline. I don't know if anybody's from Arizona, but the Fry's Electronics on Baseline. That's where I learned HTML from, guys. The Fry's Electronics on I-10 and Baseline. That's what got me my career. And the store closed. Sad. Circuit City? Hell yeah, Circuit City as well. I applied to work at Circuit City and I got denied. But guess where I didn't get denied? Best Buy. So Circuit City... Who's still in business, Circuit City? That's right, the one that I used to work at, Best Buy. Is there a theme here? Yeah. If you don't hire me, you go out of business. It's a bold claim. Let's see if it holds up for him. What about Radio Shack? I didn't really go to Radio Shack. I don't really remember what was at a Radio Shack. Maybe my dad was biased against it. I don't know. The kids are never gonna know the Toys R Us jingle. Damn, dude. They're coming back, right? Isn't Toys R Us making a comeback? Or are they're all done? Emo Lasher, it's a late night EQL stream. Exactly. Thank you so much for tuning in, liking, following, subscribing. We've basically just chatted about what's most OP, what's the worst, and what's we're all gonna play. Then I tried to pull out some of the combat things and show the different options of like turning on different sizes of combat. If you're super blind, you can definitely see things if you need to. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid of the chat size. What are you afraid of it? No, I just don't like it. Yeah, you would if you had robot ears. Anyway, it's a lot of different options there. Maybe too many options. You know what I mean? Like I probably need to edit this outside of this, and maybe just do it in wherever this is being saved. I assume some sort of UI text file. Anyway, I didn't know you played EQL. Dude, Kruganox, I'm gonna. This is gonna be my jam. You took the 28th through the 31st off for the release, Robert. I like your style, dude. Hell yeah. Remember Babbage's? Or am I really old? I don't know what Babbage's is. What's Babbage's? Radio Shack was just for the electronics parts for the most of the year, and then they had that sweet RC cars around Christmas. Radio Shack, we were building ham radios. I guess I didn't mess enough with like electronics to need an electronics store. You know what I mean? Again, going back to like what I say, once the computer was on, I loved it. I didn't want to have to switch the parts out. I don't want to have to open it up and edit it. If it doesn't work because there's a problem, I'm upset. That's not my jam. So maybe Radio Shack was not my jam, both in-game and real life. Init file in the main directory? Nice, okay, yeah. I'll probably mess with it there. That seems easier than the 1,000 options here. Radio? Who needs a radio? By the way, has anybody seen Heroic Leap, by the way? Oh, wait, we gotta show off Heroic Leap. What am I doing with my life? I haven't even clicked it yet. I kind of forgot I had it on this. Heroic Leap as a gnome? Oh my god. Alright, so we're gonna like jump out here. Like maybe we need to do a quick escape. So I target that guy. Boom. Heroic. I got bashed. Heroic Leap. Oh my goodness gracious. Nothing but the best for this streaming, guys. What was that? That's Heroic Leap. That's a warrior ability. Maybe we're gonna be a warrior. Maybe we should just. Maybe I just sold it to myself. I gotta use these abilities. A warrior wizard? Warrior enchanter. Warrior enchanter? Warrior druid. Cause see, like right here, if I had some sort of damage shield, even a low damage shield, everything would be getting hit, not just 4 targets. You know what I mean? Like I could be power leveling myself right now. Maybe I need a druid. Go defensive. Boom. Then I don't do as much damage. Men. Mini heals. What's a heroic, heroic leap with levitate? I haven't tried it with levitate on. Does it change it? Anyway, yes, this is gonna be quite an experience when this launches. I don't know what I'm gonna be yet. I'm still all over the place. I want to be everything. I want to be all of the choices. I want to be a warrior. I want to be a berserker. I want to be a magician. I want to be an enchanter. I want to be a paladin. I want to be. Here, let's like phrase it down. What do I not want to be? I technically don't really want to play a shaman. I don't know why. I don't really want to play a shaman, and maybe that's because I've never had to play a shaman because Andy was always a shaman. I've never really played a shaman. The reason why, I feel like shamans have too many buffs. Shamans have too many spells. You know? And Andy always was a shaman. So, like, there was no reason for me to play a shaman. You know what I mean? Andy, 100% your character's going to be a shaman, right? Are you going to be a shaman in this? Yeah, and I played an enchanter back in the day, so I was the enchanter. Andy was always a shaman. Andy was always like dual boxing though. Andy had like 18 characters. Andy was already doing this before it was a thing. You know what I mean? He was playing it for real though, with actual computers. I mean, again, heroic leap. Hoo-yah! Like you're jumping across the thing. I even gained safe fall. I jumped so high I gained a safe fall by using my heroic leap ability. What the hell? Have you tried the modern UI? No. Do I have to download that or is that something in the game? I'm one of these people. I don't like to download stuff. It's just an option somewhere? In the game? Alright, tell me. What do I do? In-game interface tab? Interface. So O, interface. And then... load UI skin. So I'm on the default. There's default light, default modern. Load skin. Is this going to change my life? Wait, can we make our own UIs? Is this editable? Is it, can I, wait a minute. These are just the files in the game, right? These are just, oh my golly, willikers. You can. I mean, interesting. Yeah, it's definitely cleaner. I do kind of miss, I kind of miss like the regular icons, you know. This looks nice. Bring in your own cursors and stuff. You can also down the UIs. Oh my golly gee willikers. Athena, this is your first time doing EverQuest and not boxing? Fair. You dead monkey. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. I do like that my hit points and stuff are here now. This is the thing. I kind of want, like, let me load that other one up. O on the keyboard here. Interface. Load UI skin. Default light. Just want to see what we got going on here. Oh, like this is like the OG. I feel like all this needs to do is like block off my entire screen when I open my book. You guys remember that? Where you had to meditate by having the book open? And you literally couldn't see anything until you got like level 30. Maybe it was level 20. Like you didn't gain meditate unless you had this book and there was a meditate button. And like you couldn't even see anything on the screen. You were literally staring at a book. The coolest game ever, you guys. It was like this was the best game in all of the land. I play UO and I play UO a lot, but it was like mind-blowing how cool this game was. Even when you were stuck in that little box. And I had to click meditate. And you had to scribe a spell and it took like 45 seconds. Holy cow, this is a throwback right here. Hold on, let's go back. Oh no, dude. Now, you guys are killing me. I'm gonna have to look this up. And nighttime is really night? Yeah, exactly, dude. Holy cow. Let's go default again. I'm gonna load scan. We're gonna have to mess with the UI. Oh no. So one of the things I liked about the modern UI, just like right off the bat, was having my actual health here. I kind of want to find like a mix. We mess with the mixture. Remember in zoning, it was like a coin toss if you had a mob on you, whether you were dead or not. So true. Yeah, like you didn't quite know if your computer loaded correctly. Like, did you actually escape the mob? Wait, you have the modern UI with the old spell gems using the alternate textures drop down below it. Okay. Finally, G Willikers. So wait, you do a load UI skin. You can have the modern UI with the old gems. Okay, so we're gonna do modern UI. And then you said alternate textures, alternate one. Accept. Okay. Okay. Alternate 2. Alternate 3. It's funny that it takes forever to load. We're in 2026. Why is this taking so long to load? Oh my golly gee willikers. External cast window. Oh my gosh. What server has the highest population? I'm not sure. When you log in, it does like have like a high, low, medium thing. I think Rivenvale was having the most, but I'm not for sure. Had AOL dial-up and zoning in certain zones took like literally 10 minutes. Yeah. Oh, it changed the icons over here too. Oh my golly gee willikers, you guys. There's so much. I'm gonna have to log off. I gotta go to bed. But It doesn't really matter at the moment because it's all getting wiped. True. Yeah, this is this is all temporary. Technically, everything's temporary when you think about it. Ooh, grim. Ooh. I know. A little bit grim, but it's all good. As long as we're enjoying ourselves, right? Right? Isn't that what it's all about? Jace, what happens when you camp in a zone that's a personal instance? Because right now we're in a personal instance. Well, when we rezone back in, I'm pretty sure you kicked out of your instance. But then you would click personal instance and then rejoin it. Let's go ahead and do that right now, just as a little test. So right now we've been in a personal instance. Do they last forever? No, I think they only last for like 6 hours or something. Maybe it's 8 hours. Maybe it's 24 hours. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But as long as I sound confident when I say it, then you believe me. 8 hours they last. I'm not sure how long they last. But anyway, so we're in a personal instance. We camped out, okay? Well, what happens when you log back in, Jace? Let's find out together. We're answering some questions. We're making shorts out of this, you guys. Eventually, if I could just do what I say I'm going to do and not do. Wow, boom, look at that. Okay, so it sent us to under the ground. We are... oh, wait, no, we're fine. I was like, we're under the ground. No, we're just a gnome and we were in the wall. But we're still in our personal instance. What the hell? I could have sworn I logged out in a thing and it put me in the regular. Well, anyway, maybe it's after a certain amount of time you get kicked out. I don't know. I could have swore I logged out in a personal instance, and when I logged back in, I was in like a regular one. Anyway, we're just gonna exit out of here. /exit. We're gonna find somebody to raid. Thank you guys for tuning in, liking, following, subscribing. Earlier today, this was a double header, by the way. Earlier today, we did a little stream, UO. Okay, I play UO mostly. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 to 9 Texas time. I do want to do more EverQuest Legends. I'm super excited about the game coming out, but it is what it is. Let's find somebody to raid real quick. And somebody's knocking at my door. Hold on. Let me answer the door real quick. Everybody got stream. Hello. Give me 1 second. All right, anyway, let's find somebody to raid. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 to 9 Texas time. We were working on UO Addicts, by the way. UO Addicts is the site if you play UO.
Make sure to say squirrel in the comments.
And Wifebot says, make sure to say squirrel in the comments.
It's looking a little scrawny.
Why are you gonna be talking about how scrawny he's looking? It's it's not the size that matters. Could be. All right, let's find somebody to raid over here on the EverQuest Legends.
I need to go to bed. I can't sleep.
I understand this. Let's hit up somebody I haven't gone to before. That 31 Fox guy's got the hat on. Sweet Wifebot. Choose somebody.
No, why is it my responsibility?
Cause
The bunny guy.
Beast Lord memes. Pitted. That's where we're going. Pitted. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, follow, subscribe. Thanks so much. You guys are dropping the squirrels on the chat. Well done. There's Wifebot. She's showing up on the stream. Catch you guys next time. Goodbye, all. Peace. We gotta go to bed.